to say ain't nothing but opportunity out here, I felt free. I saw the vastness of I could do this for hours. I could do this for days. I can do this for months. And I saw it all in that one moment, that there was nothing else here to stop me. Everything was the opportunity.
And we prepare ourselves for opportunities.
Yes.
You ain't gonna receive one unless you prepare yourself for one. So
Yes.
I think that that's definitely important. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. I said the harder you grind, the bigger you dream. I said you're up and I'm up. Y'all now tuned in to the Grind Hard Dream Big Show. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. I got a special guest in the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
All right, my name is Edward T. McLean II from Silver Spring, Maryland. Currently residing in Bowie, Maryland, also known as Mr.Opportunity. Ain't nothing but opportunity out here.
So as far as your upbringing and your childhood, can you explain to the people that?
Yeah, definitely. So growing up in Richmond, Virginia, born in Richmond, Virginia, raised in Silver Spring, attended Catholic school, started off at Nativity, St. Michael's in downtown Silver Spring.
Shout out to St. Michael's. I went
St.
there
Michael's,
too.
Went to
That's
St.
what's up.
Michael's,
That's what's
right, Wayne Avenue.
Yeah, for sure.
Went to school there, played ball in CYO Sports, Catholic Youth Organization, played basketball and track. From there, I went to DeMatha High School for 2 years, my 10th and 11th grade year, and ended up going to public school my final 2 years of high school, my 11th and 12th grade year. So I've pretty much been in the D.C. area, Maryland area, my whole life. My parents were in the military. My dad, Vietnam veteran, military, Army, and my mom was in the Navy. She was an HIV preventive medicine specialist. And so that was upbringing, very structured, attention to detail, but also developed me into the person I am today, and with characteristics from both parties. That's helped me to be successful and also teach lessons to people moving forward.
For sure, right? And I think that the structure is very, very important,
Definitely.
Especially as a kid, right? Coming up,
Definitely.
you definitely need to understand what that is, right?
Definitely.
So I know you said St. Michael's, man. So, like I said, that resonated with me as well because, like I said, that's where I spent K through 8 at. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
On Wayne Avenue and playing basketball as well. I remember I had Coach Battle, he was there.
Okay.
I remember, like, Roy Hibbert had went to the school
Sure
as
did.
well. Know what I mean? And, Sister Mary Raymond, God rest her soul, Mr. Ribzig,
Mr. Ribzig,
and all those guys. Yeah.
Eighth grade teacher.
Yeah, eighth grade
right.
teacher right there. Now
Yeah.
I'm saying Miss Hellinger was there also.
Okay.
So yeah, man, that really
Very
had that
familiar.
place. Yeah, very familiar for sure. So when you're talking about that, right? That transition from, of course, now into college,
Yes,
right?
yes.
How heavy was academics for you during that time?
Oh, academics was key. Like I said, the upbringing, the responsibility, accountability. I couldn't play sports unless the grade was right. And it wasn't necessarily the grades that the school said you would need to have. It was a 2.5 or a 3.0. It's with my parents. That was the standard, to aim high. And if there was an issue or problems, to ask for help, that you get the best help possible so you could be the best student. My parents were very big in discipline and habits, doing things when you don't feel like doing them, but it's just the right thing to do. And so that's how I developed. And so academics was very key. Even though I didn't have strong suits in certain classes, it was just the persistence, the steadfastness over time. And that taught me, those are great life lessons moving forward, because everything is not going to go your way. You're not going to be everything's going to be your strong suit. But I remember in 1995, I receiving the Effort Award. And that's what I always try to teach, is attitude and effort are the two things that you bring to the table that can't be measured. Also, it's more so about the character integrity that's inside. And so once you apply that to whatever it is that you're working with, you have a better chance of having a better outcome.
For sure, absolutely. And I think that that's the thing, right? The habits,
Yes.
the things that we learn early and how we apply those things
That's
in
right.
order to get to the next level. So as you transition from high school, now we're looking at college.
Yes.
So what was the college life like for you, and what did you want to kind of pursue?
Yeah, so growing up in sports was big, and I was only child, right? I'm the only child, so being around teams, camaraderie was very big for me. A lot of my peers and friends had brothers and sisters, so I was very observant and watched the structures of the different families that were not the same as mine, and so teams gave me a sense of structure, sense of family. Um, Also able to learn and try new things and understand how I could be part of something bigger than myself. And so when I chose my college to go to Morgan State University, not too far away from home, but just enough where I can go develop and learn how to be responsible on my own. And Baltimore is a great city. And also, while I was there, I pursued a degree in physical education and sports administration. And the reason why I chose that is because it gave me the opportunity to do multiple things as far as teaching, program development, counseling, training, to name a few. And so that's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to touch different demographics, different age groups, no matter where they were in situations in their life, if it was therapeutic or adaptive, whatever the case may be. I didn't want to box myself into one avenue. And by doing that, I was able to meet and learn, have lived experiences in a more vast and more valuable way.
For sure, absolutely, and I think that that's definitely dope because that's what we need now, right?
Yes.
You get your you get the education that you need, but then
Yes.
how you pay it forward, right?
Yeah.
How you pour back into the community, and I
Yeah.
feel like that was a great transition, for all of us. Because like I said, for me, I went to school, Bowie State University. Shout out to BSU.
There you
Know
go.
what I'm saying? And got my degree in broadcast journalism.
There we go.
And
Yeah.
from that notion on, taking the degree, and now people seeing the full throttle with a podcast. It's like you utilize your degree and you made it in a way that is very tangible for everybody else.
And the biggest part about it takes time.
Yes.
Right. Each step is a building block. Each step you learn how to refine and retweak something. All of it's part of the all good. Right. Even if it's not your best that day, you know how to go back and refine and redevelop, reproduce, right, and recreate and continue to create from that. So those are all just part of their experiences as that's the steadfastness, that's the belief, and that's the continued progress that we've both seen in our journeys moving forward.
For sure, absolutely. So, like I said, the love of basketball now, like you said, development. Now I know that you're transitioning to, program directing, right?
Yes.
And the notion of that. Why is that so vital in our communities now? To have programs, obviously, and being at the forefront of it as a director.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is vital? And I guess what really inspired that for you?
Yeah, definitely. So let's start by what inspired me. When you go to a university, there's so many spots on a basketball team, a football team, whatever the university team is. So intramural sports is very key. Intramural sports is something that caters to the overall campus environment. All student athletes or all students on campus, and gives them a part of something to be a part of the whole university. Sometimes you can feel left out. Sometimes going to college can be a lonely experience. That transition can be hard. So if you can give people the opportunity of programs, it makes them feel like they're wanted. It makes the transition a little bit smoother. They're able to become friends with people they never thought they'll become friends with. It's an icebreaker because like I said, you may not know somebody's interested in something as you are, or they're from the same hometown. All these things are part of it. So I was able to see the bigger picture there and see how it affected young adults, right? So now moving back into how it's developed with kids and youth, it's the same thing. Kids want to be a part of something. Where do I fit in? Where's my value? If it's just basketball or football or baseball, is there a program for art? Is there a program for music? Is there a program for chess? Is there a program for checkers? Anything that's going to get them in a place where they have a home away from home or just a home period. And that's what they're looking for, a familiar face, a friend, an opportunity.
Right, for sure,
Right?
absolutely.
They're
Yeah.
looking for an opportunity and a place they can continue to come back to.
Right.
I saw that at a very young age, and I said, well, you know what? That's just moving forward. You just adapt to it based off the demographic and the uniqueness of what the population needs.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think, like I said, shout out to Bullet Academy.
Definitely.
Like I said, we had the pleasure and just coming together community wise to teach kids basketball.
Yes.
I think that was definitely fun and exciting because of course we still love the game. You know what I'm
That's right.
saying?
That's
Can't
right.
really take the game out of us,
Never.
right?
Never.
But
Never.
at the
Never.
same
Never.
time, seeing the kids be responsive to what what was going on,
Yeah.
listening to understand, sharpening their skills, having a good time,
That's right.
as well. And I think that basketball serves as a connection. It's that outlet for them to of course do their thing, but then also it's a form of mentoring for us as well, man. So
Correct.
shout outs to Lauren, shout outs to his wife, shout outs to Bullet Academy,
Yeah.
and of course yourself and myself, everybody that was involved with that
Yeah.
because that it takes time.
Definitely.
And like I said, you're building brick by brick each and every single day to, constantly do that. And, to be a part of that, I don't take that for granted.
And just the biggest part about that, like you said, is that it takes all of us to have that consistent effort, consistent approach. We all come from different backgrounds, different locations, but when children are able to see it, when adults are able to see it, a consistency in the development, a consistency in the effort, a consistency and a want to give back in service to others. I think that's the biggest part because that's how people buy in and say, you know what, I want to be a part of something like this. And so I think that's a great tool.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. And then that's what unity in the community is to me. And I feel like we do need more of that. That's why I advocate for it. That's why designing programming myself and things of that nature because seeing that need, understanding what my younger self needed.
That's
I
right.
didn't really take advantage of those resources when I was younger. So
Right.
now it's like, okay, they do need that. They need to understand these things.
And the bigger part of that too is that, like we said, we needed those outlets growing up too. And, the development of these community centers weren't as vast as they are now.
Right.
So now we have the space, we have the rental opportunities, right? And so now it's just pretty much us taking those things into consideration and moving forward and saying, let's use these opportunities to develop outside of the school, outside of any other entity where we can put our money there, rent a couple of rooms for a couple of hours and teach and educate, whatever the case may be. If it's financial literacy, if it's business,
Right.
if it's sports, whatever the case may be, because mentorship and growth comes in so many different lanes.
For sure.
But like I say, it's the consistency of how the habit.
Right.
Right, and that's what we're here to do.
Right, absolutely. And like I said, like an area like Bowie as well, man, is so prestigious. It's so prestigious. It's like I said, going to Bowie State University, being there, it's like my second home. You know what I mean? So like, that's like an obligation for me as well. So like I said, and then of course, growing up in Prince George's County, always wanting better for the area within itself. Because we have so much talent, so much resources there. It's just time to really like channel in on those things and own in on that, man.
Definitely.
For sure. So as we're navigating all through these things, what are some of the challenges you feel like or some things that we can really improve on when it comes to community development?
Community development. I think some of the things that we need to improve on is just more outreach. The reason why the outreach is so important because we can't just do it one time or two times and hope it to stick. This is not community outreach can't be a service where you expect a quick result. The job is never done. The job is never finished. And I think that's part of the mindset. Sometimes when we get into work and services, we say, well, I'm going to do this until the job is done, and we move on to the next thing. And I think we have to adapt the mindset of the job is never finished, and that way we keep people coming back. We keep the younger, those who graduate from certain programs to come back, and they end up being the ones that end up mentoring the younger ones underneath them because that's your greatest tool. That's your greatest asset. Someone like me who's a little bit older in age, they will listen to me and, of course, give me the utmost respect. But if they have a peer who is about 21, 19, and they're maybe 9 or 10-year-olds themselves, they're going to see them first. And they might see something relatable in them first before they see it in me. But as long as we have the hierarchy and the structure, and they know where it's coming from, now we have levels of operation here. And I think that's why it's consistent all the way across the board. When some of our young men and young women go away from school, we need them to come back to the community. We definitely want them to go away and get their education and pursue whatever dreams, but bring that back. Show them how the success works. Show them how that they're not forgotten about. Show them the hardships. Show them the progress. Show them that they can do it too. And I think that's how you make more outreach with the people that are already in your program. Have have a standard of those who graduate or those who have been successful in the community, and always invite them back. If it's a certain holiday for the community, if it's a specialized day for the community, make sure you bring all these people back to show all the wealth, potential, and growth that has come from there, so people have a sense of pride and purpose.
For sure, absolutely. And I think that's the thing, right? Ensuring that they are valuable.
That's right.
And letting them know that they are. Because a lot of the youth now, and what I see is some of them aren't feeling heard. Some of them feel like, okay, what is for me? What is career exploration like for me? I'm on social media. I may feel like I want to be an influencer. I may want to be a photographer. I may want to be a videographer. I might want to be a rapper, do something creative or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like, how is it tangible for me?
Yes.
And like you just sat there and said earlier, like programs in the arts,
Mm-hmm.
or film photography, or whatever idea that they have.
That's right.
Understanding that they are a mouthpiece to society and they have a voice.
That's right.
And we have to give them that platform. And that's what this, Grind Hard, Dream Big is about.
Right.
It's really bigger than myself. It's really for the youth.
That's right.
I created this because when I was watching the news, I didn't see no positive stories.
Correct.
So
Correct.
let's create, create our own stories and highlight them, because there's positive people out here doing positive things.
That's right.
And that's what we're doing, literally right now in real time.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah.
So the whole notion of opportunity, right? I think it's safe to say a lot of people say, okay, opportunity comes to people that create it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's some people that are like, okay, I just need an opportunity.
Yeah.
Those are two different things I just sat there and said, right?
Two different things. Yeah.
So the notion of it, right? What really inspired your brand?
Right. So what inspired Mr. Opportunity, ain't nothing but opportunity out here, was one day I was walking around the track. I was at Blair High School in Silver Spring. And as I continued to walk around the laps, I start to greet the day as Mr. Opportunity, kind of like in third person.
Okay.
And when I started to say ain't nothing but opportunity out here, I felt free. I saw the vastness of, I can do this for hours. I can do this for days. I can do this for months. And I saw it all in that one moment, that there was nothing else here to stop me. Everything was the opportunity. And the one biggest key was the perspective. The perspective that I had in that moment. I didn't have to create it. I didn't have to search for it. I just had to be present in where I was in that moment and believe in it. Breathe in that moment, just like we are right now. And once I understood that if I continue to practice that, there are millions of opportunities. There are millions of opportunities for success. There are millions of opportunities for correction. There's many opportunities to fail or perceive failure, but there's also many opportunities of lessons learned. So it's all perspective of, this is the only moment, and this is the most valuable moment you have, and within that, it's nothing but opportunity.
For sure, absolutely. No, I like that, because I think that's what people have to understand, the perspective part.
Perspective.
And we prepare ourselves for opportunities.
Yes.
You ain't gonna receive one unless you prepare yourself for one. So
Yes.
I think that's definitely important, and you're touching different pillars of it as well. You're looking at the mindset.
Yeah.
Because the growth and the elevation of it requires so much.
Yes.
When I thought of opportunities at first, coming up, it's like, opportunity, what's that?
Right.
I'm just out here surviving. I'm just out here doing this. But then when you have the opportunity, when your number is called to do something, it weighs different. Because now it's like, I'm ready for the moment. Correct. You've been asking for this for a long period of time. Well, here is your opportunity. What do you do with it?
Right.
Do you sit there and do you take it and make the best out of it, or you don't take it at all?
And the biggest part of that is this. You talked about those who are coming up and they don't know what they want. They want to be an influencer or a blogger, whatever they want to do. It's all a part. Keep moving. Create something. Because like I said, the job is never finished. So once you do something and you're in motion, something else comes up and it sparks another interest. And the reason why it sparks that interest within the opportunities is because of this. It's the spirit of enthusiasm. That's the drive. When you realize you have a new opportunity, all of a sudden you get a spark of energy, enthusiasm. So when you realize there's always an opportunity in front of you and you start to create more and more, you always have that sense of enthusiasm, which is a language that speaks by itself. And that's carried in everything that you do. It carries in your work. And people see that light in you when you speak. or work in that spirit of enthusiasm, which is the opportunity.
For sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. This has been a great conversation,
Yeah,
man. Just
yeah,
learning
yeah.
a lot as far as like wisdom and just things like that. So, any goals for 2025? What we're doing here?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So with the city of Bowie, first and foremost, we're going to have middle school night.
Okay.
We're going to have some teen nights, some youth clinics. Thinking about getting a tennis program started in the city of Bowie as well, and I'll be able to put that out later on, early part of this year, January, February. As far as Mr.Opportunity is concerned, ain't nothing but opportunity out here. I'll be speaking at Albert Einstein High School,
Okay.
which is my high school that I graduated from, and which I was recently inducted to the Athletic Hall of Fame.
Yes, indeed. I love it.
2024.
I love it. I love it. I
And
love
so,
it, man. That's what's up.
That's just part of the testimony. 25 years after playing sports, playing basketball at Albert Einstein High School, I was inducted into the Hall of Fame. And that was not the initial goal at the beginning, right? I never saw that aspect coming. And as time went on, it wasn't just the sports aspect at school. It was the academics, but also the continuum, everything that I did after high school for the last 25 years. So all of that counts. And that's what I want everybody to understand is that forward motion, all of it counts. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. People watching. Keep building momentum. Everything that you do, don't let your 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago that you did go in vain. It was time that you put in. It was valuable time. And make sure you do whatever you can to see that it's valuable to you so you can inspire somebody else. All right, because like I said, all you need is that one opportunity to see that 25 years wasn't in vain. And now I say, you know what? Since I didn't know that this was possible when I first started, now that I'm conscious of it, we could take it to a different level.
For sure.
Because we know it's possible now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's right.
Definitely, man. I definitely say like, my advice I would definitely say for people out there is just, definitely put God first.
Yeah.
Definitely put God first in everything that you do. When you lock in on your purpose, people will ask you what, people will ask you when, people will ask you where, but you got to know your why.
That's right.
Hold on to it. Hold on to your why. Fine tune your why every single day, and just remind yourself each and every time you're at school, you're on the job, or whatever you're doing. Just remind yourself of that why and why you started, because that's going to be the endurance to hold you and sustain you to finish the race.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's the endurance part that's very, very important.
And the biggest part, that main ingredient, is the belief, right?
Yes.
It's an unshakable belief, and I want to recite something. I recite this every day. When I wake up, I recite it in moments of adversity. I recite it in moments of achievement. And it's called Believe in Yourself. So believe in yourself to the depth of your being. Nourish the talent your spirit is freeing. Know in your heart when the going gets slow that the faith inside you will continue to grow. Don't forfeit ambition to those who may doubt. It's your life to live, you must live it throughout. Learn from your mistakes, don't dwell in the past. Never withdraw from a world that is vast. Believe in yourself, be the best that is you. Let your spirit prevail, steer a course that is true. Be alive in your dream. Be alive in character. Be alive in influence. Be alive in joy. Be alive in thanksgiving. Be alive in you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think that's definitely important and very vital. And I would definitely say it's 6 things I want people to understand: that you are dope, you are vibe, you are amazing, you were, you are, and you're becoming the best version of yourself. So, like I said, I appreciate this conversation, man. And the best is yet to come for you, man, in 2025. I pray that God multiplies everything that comes your way, man.
Thank you so much.
For sure, man. And you already know, the harder you grind, the bigger you dream. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. The harder you grind, the bigger you dream. I said the harder you grind, the bigger you dream. And we out.